Photosensitive seizure warning. If you or anyone in your family have an epileptic condition, consult your physician prior to playing Lost Ark.
Windows Update comes for us all. I think that was my problem. But hopefully it won't. Well, I mean, it won't Windows Update again. But that's always fun. Thought I had fucking auto updates off, but apparently I do not. It's fine. Yo, what's up? You just missed the most exciting Windows update fucking me over of your lifetime. Hopefully your morning or evening is going well. Any support parties? Does this man actually IF DPS? Or is he just sleeping? I think he's sleeping. Little sleepy boy. Little sleepy boy. Please give me earning. Thank you. Love Red Dust being cancelled. That's always great. Bow, 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 bow. Wonder if the ping is any better. Was it Windows Update fucking me the whole time? It would appear like a reasonable assessment. Can't fucking see blood. I don't know why he pharaohed. I guess I shouldn't ask questions. Oh nice, I didn't get blinded again. Love that for me. Hmm. Amazing, we've done it. Only have to do like 7 more Sonavels. God bless. I definitely think I'm gonna go back to doing like no dailies once I fucking get my 25 weapon. I'm sorry, what the fuck? Cruel fighter. So I did 43, he probably did 40. 83, he did 17. That's crazy. That's crazy. Can I show Mayhem build? I don't know, it's just the standard shit. I guess that's not true, it's not standard. I run +1 Mayhem, because back when I built this character for the +1, it was super cheap. Back when Mayhem books were multiple thousands gold each. I think if you were to build this character now, just go 3 Mayhem and +1 EP or Cursed All. Because it's It's about equal. EP is more if you can full stack it. And also, I think Mayhem 3 got buffed again recently, so instead of 16% damage, it's 18% damage at level 3. But would recommend. And then for skills, I just have whatever's on the Lost Ark Nexus guide for Berserker. What about gems? I just have full level 9s. I don't have any elixirs on this character either. Got buffed to 18%. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know the difference before was negligible. I mean, I made a video on it a long time ago, too. Obviously, fully stacked EP is a better +1. But if you don't full stack it, honestly, Mayhem 1 is like... Or was, like, very, very... It's just down to, like, number spread at that point. But now that they buffed Mayhem 3, I think Mayhem 3 is just better by, like, a good margin. Which is why whenever I rebuild this character, if I decide to, I will go Mayhem 3. Do I have KLC 30? I don't know. I could selector it, but I haven't. Because I don't know, I just haven't. I've thought about doing that, because I kind of want KLC 30 just to stunt on people in Sona Velen Triangle. Not that it fucking matters at all. But I'm still missing like 2 Kadans too. So if I get 2 more selectors, then I'll just selector the Kadans and the Theamines that I'm missing. But that's kind of why I'm saving them, I don't know. Does KLC give demon damage too? Because if it does, I might as well just do it. I would imagine it doesn't give demon damage though, because they are demons. No? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wouldn't make sense for demons to give demon damage. Most do. Well, I mean, I think, like, KLC is specifically, like, a set full of only Legion commanders, right? I don't know. That's, like, my logic, at least, behind it, and why I wouldn't think it did. But I don't know. I'm like close to 5% demon damage as it is. I think if I got the missing Kadans, I'd hit 5%. But what's the rush? Doesn't really matter. I'm still just tempted to do KLC 30, just for the Sonovels. Because goddamn do I do too many of them. It's kind of what I was thinking though earlier. I'm just going to cut down on my dailies again once I'm done with my 25 weapon. Because even though like doing dailies on all my 1580 pluses only takes like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 at most. Sometimes I just don't feel like doing them, you know? Your turbo rushing card XP and sets, now you're done and you have a void in your heart. Yeah, you sound like one of my friends I know who fucking loves that shit. Like, we're talking, he has straight up maxed on all his sets because he wants all the damages just to do it. My man's ready for like a fucking invasion of sentient television sets with his fucking machine damage. I mean, all more power to you. I like being completionist and shit too, which is why when the game first came out, I fucking rushed 100% on like collectibles and stuff. But I haven't had the want to go back and re 100% everything since, so it's sad. Maybe someday I'll do like all of the card sets and shit. But for now, I don't know, man. Ready for the insect type boss? That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe if the next Legion commander's like a fucking TV, I'll be more inclined to, you know, get my machine damage up. Maybe if they're like a fucking spider, I'll get my insect damage up. Shit, I don't know. Also, like how I'm doing my Unas on these characters again, like I'll have the gold to hone them ever. Oh, they already have fucking thousands of leap stones and millions of shards. Maybe someday. That's what I keep telling myself. Because, I mean, I don't know. I kind of fucked myself by honing my weapon on my Soul Fist. Am I sweating other game? Just chilling? I mean, no. I've been playing Lost Ark a lot more lately. I think from, like, December or, like, November till about the start of March, I, like, played this game very lightly. I would do, like, raids here and there if I felt like it, but I was, like, I wasn't even doing my dailies on any of my characters other than my Soul Fist. Sometimes I would let my Soul Fist get full rested. It was basically just if I didn't feel like playing the game, I wouldn't play it. I basically logged on and crafted, and that was, like, it for, like, a couple months. And lately, I've been clearing all my raids again, though, you can see. Like, I have everything done. I've been doing this for, like, a month and a half now. I just wanted a break. I don't know. I practice what I preach, you know? I always tell people if you're not having fun or you don't want to do stuff, just don't do it, you know? Yo, what's up, Jake? Because if you just keep doing shit that you don't want to do, you're gonna quit the game forever, right? And that's not, like, a net positive. And I think that's kind of why I'm, like, more upset at myself for doing my weapon. Because if I had kept playing the game for the entire period where I instead, like, took a break, basically, I would have a 25 weapon by now. Like, I missed so much income from the time that I didn't play. And if I had kept going on the trajectory that I originally was, like, I mean, obviously my account would be a lot more pushed and progressed. I still could have hit 1630 on my Soul Fist if I just stopped honing the weapon. But I don't really want to do hard mode Daemine. Like, I'm legitimately at the point where I'm like, when I hit 1630, if bosses aren't that expensive, I'll just pay for it one time and then never do it again. I just don't have the interest in doing it. And it's not because I can't do it or anything, I just don't think the experience of doing it is fun enough on a week-to-week basis for me. Similar approach to the game at the beginning, doing shit on 21 alts, you're only playing main 6 and grasses like grenade. I mean, shit, yeah, I played like 18 characters every day for like a year and a half. I would do everything. Didn't miss a single daily for like a year and a half. I know what it's like. I think I probably have 1620s and chillin', pushing your soul fist. I mean, if I didn't push my soul fist, or I never quit the game, or like stepped back from the game for a little bit, probably, yeah. I don't know though, 1620 is pretty high. I think all my characters would be 1610 for sure. I think 1610 is where I want to push them, because I think it'll make getting into a con lobbies a bit better. Since for hard mode, like all my characters are basically pushing bare minimum item level. And it also makes the runs much more annoying than it should be, because, you know. If I have a full group to do Theomine hard, I'd suggest I go for it. Painfully fun, at least in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that. And I feel like if I had like a group of people I could do it with consistently, I for sure would have wanted to. At least to clear it once. But it's just, I don't, you know? I basically just pug my shit as much as I can. Like, sometimes if I'm, like, on and one of my friends are on, I'll ask if they want to do raids and shit. But, like, that's as far as it goes. Like, I don't really have consistent groups of people to do stuff with. And that's mostly by choice. Because, obviously, I struggle a lot with a lot of different things in terms of, like, scheduling. Insomnia is basically my biggest thing. So, like, I'm up at fucked hours, and sometimes I'll sleep at fucked hours. And then, obviously, I have shit going on day to day outside of that. You know how it is. I just think Theomine hard, looking at it from a pug's optic, it just doesn't seem fun. Like, I've watched my friends do it plenty at this point. I think I'll be happy doing 1-2 hard mode, 3 normal for forever. And I don't think I would touch hard mode at all if I didn't have to. Which is why I'm, like, probably just gonna buy a bus when I get to that point. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. It'll probably be, like, a month or two before I get there anyways, so my mind can easily be changed. Q3 once, so I unlock 7 and forget about it. Yeah, that's the plan. Like I said, if I didn't have to do it at all, I wouldn't. But since I'm forced to, that's why I'm like, I don't mind paying for a bus one time, I guess, since I have to. Since I think I value my time more than having to learn a boss that I'm only gonna run once. Shame about the merges from South America. Looking forward to sniping Brother Chris sometimes then. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of annoyed hearing that they were going to cancel the merge, because I do have a lot more friends on East than West. Just by the nature of how East is more populated in general. Though, I kind of hope that they do kind of take a step back and fix the naming policy shit, because the way they're handling the names with the merges is fucking stupid, quite honestly. And I've been vocal about it, both on Reddit and in videos in the past, but just the way they're doing it is so fucking stupid. I said it for EUS and EUC, and I'm gonna keep saying it for everything. It's just dumb. Because it's like, even if you don't care about your character name, I mean, character name is still literally identifies who you are, and having to change it is just fucking stupid. Salvation said on Bard makes chaos way easier. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I am so fucking lazy, though. If it's not broken, don't fix it. I don't have chaos sets for any of my characters. If their chaos clear is really that bad, I'll make a preset for Betrayal. Otherwise, that's about as far as I go. And yeah, if you do get used to Gate 3 normal, it'll be a lot better for when I do hard. I mean, I'm like pretty chill in Gate 3 normal. I don't know, maybe when I'm able to do it, it'll just be way easier than I am expecting it to be. But just from what I've seen from my friends doing it, and even on reclears, it just doesn't look fun. Unless you're with, like, a bunch of people that you know. But I'm looking at everything from the Pug's optic, right? Good morning, how you doing, Fareed? Great name for the Gun Lancer, I suppose. If you're happy with it, that's all that matters, man. Glad you could catch my stream. They are very infrequent, though. I really do mean to try to stream more. I think if I was able to get better sleep in general, I would be able to do these more consistently and feel less like shit. Because a lot of the time I just won't stream because I feel like I'm, like, zero energy. Because I'm, like, chill. Obviously, that's, like, my whole vibe. But sometimes when I'm zero energy, I don't know. I feel like you'd be better off watching, like, paint dry. Gate 3 Theomine's probably the best gate. Yeah, I don't disagree with the design of the gate. I think it's, like, obviously, for the most part, well done. I think Clash as a mechanic is kind of stupid. And I also think designing, like, a 20-minute fight for something that you're expected to re-clear weekly is a bit much. Especially with the way that the game is set up, i.e. 6 characters. But I think that's more about the design of the game rather than the raid itself. I mean, that's literally how I felt about a con, too. I think a con is fine, but I dislike a con because of how long Gate 3 would take, and hard specifically. Now that we overgear it, it doesn't really matter as much because it takes a lot less time. I mean, it still does take a good portion of time. But yeah, that's chill. I'll just fucking tank this shit, I don't give a fuck. You just do it once in your main, then the rest of your characters would do normal? Yeah, that's literally me. All of my 1600s would just do normal. Just the extra time was not worth it for me, personally. And I know, from what I understand, I seem to be like the small minority here. But I value my time and sanity because I try to pug basically everything. If I'm grouping with people that I know, it literally doesn't matter. It's not like an argument, but yeah. Because people I know won't jail me for like 45 minutes. But like, I mean, like 45 minutes in a bad run, even if you only have like 2 or 3 bad runs a week out of the 6 possible raids, that's a lot of time wasted. That's how I look at it, right? And I don't blame people for, like, making mistakes or whatever. I just work around it instead of trying to force my way through the highest raids to get the most gold and, like, get mad at people. Usually pug 14 under your 18. Yeah. I pretty much pug everything. Like I said, I'll run like a couple things with a couple people, depending. Like the Theomine I ran this week had 5 people that I knew, so it was pretty good. But I mean, Theomine is like the only raid that I try to get as many people as I know possible. Just because I don't want to be stuck in there forever. Recently joined a guild that actually raids and they're very fun to play with. You're plugging a lot less. Yeah. I mean, I think the highest point of this game for me was when the community guild that I was in was like super active and had a bunch of players. There weren't like hard statics or anything, but there would always be like groups constantly being posted and filled. It was always fun. But obviously, as time goes, less people play, less people are clearing all their raids every week. So it's only natural. And I just haven't made the effort to find like another group like that. Took a break back in Feb for a month. You never imagined it'd set you back this badly. I mean, honestly, I basically took like a 5-month break, and I don't feel like it set me back at all. I feel like what really set me back is my decision to hone for a 25 weapon. Like, if I had kept playing nonstop like I had been, the 25 weapon wouldn't have mattered. But doing something stupid like that, when you don't play a lot, kind of fucks you. But I guess it also depends on what you consider, like, setback. Because, I mean, if you're looking at honing 6 characters, then yeah, obviously, you're not going to be able to do that if you let up on playing. Making bad decisions in your main too. Got weapon at 22 even though you don't need to. Yeah. I don't know, for the longest time I kept telling myself that I wasn't gonna hone for a 25 weapon, especially every time I would pity. Like, I just... It's not worth it to me, but then also I was like... I might as well... Because I'm not gonna ever hone the weapon again until like a new content drop happens, and that still hasn't even happened in Korea, so it's like once you get the 25 weapon, like, you're just done. And then especially now with advanced honing, you can advanced hone to 25, and it's still like, I think the most efficient route is to get plus 21 on all pieces before advanced honing. So it's like, even though I didn't hone my armor is still like plus 19. So I can still hit 1630 reasonably easy. I just need to finish my fucking weapon. That's really what it is. Can't get anything done with the characters with not having elixirs. I mean, none of my 1600s have elixirs at all. They can't even run Voldus. Because I don't see the point in knowledge transferring Voldus if I'm not going to cut elixirs on these characters, which I'm not. If I cut elixirs on these characters, it will be far in the future. And that's a problem for future me. Also, if I do decide to cut the elixirs on these characters, I probably would just wait for 1620. Because I think the only real use of purples is for set pieces. And I'm hopeful that they will fucking change the elixir system at some point. So that's also, like, doubly why I'm chill on waiting. Your main only recently got 34 set? Yeah. The system's not good. And I said it at the beginning. Even though I got, like, relatively lucky with it. Like, I had 40 set on my Soul Fist on, like, week 2. Like, it's not perfect stats or whatever, but not having to interact with the system outweighs having perfect stats for me, at least. Honestly, fuck that shit. But even the fact that I got super lucky with the system, I still thought it was shit. Like, it's better than some alternative systems, but it doesn't mean that it's good. I think it says a lot when I would rather cut rocks than I would do elixirs. Because rocks are probably the shittiest system. Bracelets are up there, but I think it's easy enough to get a good enough bracelet. If you want to, like, min-max bracelets, then they're fucking awful. I mean, yeah, if you're trying to 40 set every single character, then yeah, it's a nightmare, for sure. But that's kind of what I mean. Like, I'm not even thinking about that at all, because I just don't care, nor have the resources. Because I think the way you have to play the game if you're not spending, like, money on it is at a certain point you have to only focus on, like, one character at a time. And then once you get that one character to the point where you're happy with it, then you can obviously start doing another character. And that's kind of why the only other character that I'm even thinking about, like, elixirs and pushing is my Soul Eater. Because I really enjoy the class. And I mean, I would like to push the rest of my characters just an item level when I have access to more gold, but elixirs are, like, a very, very, very long afterthought. Especially just knowing that the system has potential to change. It makes me feel even more better about just chilling and waiting. Because I have elixirs done on the character that I care about, right? So, I don't know. Would it be nice to have it on all the other characters too? Yeah, for sure. But not having to deal with the system in its current state, I think outweighs that for me. Even if I had the gold. There's an event about elixirs and transcendence in a few days. Yeah. I covered that in the old Tuesday video from last week. I think what it's just going to end up being is probably something very similar to what we've already seen, where you just get, like, silver elixirs. Which, again, like I said in the video, I don't think is a bad thing. I think a band-aid is better than just letting you bleed, to be sure. For Transcendence, I have no idea what they'll do, though. Probably just free Darkfire Soundstones? I don't know, man. Maybe a special Darkfire or Soundstone that, like, when you use the Soundstone, it doesn't cost gold and cost silver? I don't know, man. We'll see. But either way, a band-aid is better than nothing. And it shows that, at the very least, they're willing to give the West different treatment than Korean version. Which I think overall is a good thing. Because even if it's not much, it's something and they're showing that they're willing to do it. And even if the only things that they ever give us are band-aids, again, it's still better than us getting nothing, right? I'm not saying it's perfect or anything, but I'm saying it's better to have something than nothing, you know? Ideally, though, we get a fucking full elixir rework. But if we do, that'll be far in the future. As long as Kara is fine with the game, Smile would hardly listen to us. That's kind of what I mean, though. It's a good thing. Like, this, like, Elixir Transcendence event thing is good, no matter how you look at it, right? Because it's showing that at least they're willing to do something, even if it's not, like, a meaningful long-term system fix. And if we just keep getting a ton of fucking, like, Band-Aid events to help get us through it, rather than the system itself changing, again, it's better than nothing, right? Obviously, it'd be preferred for them to just fix the fucking thing. But if you are familiar with Eastern games being ported to West audiences, you'll know that's not really something that ever happens. Western version usually gets nothing. I do wonder what the sentiment around Transcendence is over in Korea. Honestly, like, RNG aspects of these systems aside, I think they just take too much goddamn time to interact with. Like, it takes for fucking ever to cut an elixir. It takes forever to do Transcendence. Like, why are we taking so long to just do the systems? And I mean, I think Transcendence is mostly by nature of you, like, being required to use a calculator or else you're trolling. But I think that in itself is just a design problem. It's just so stupid. Those fucking elixir lines are... No, I don't like it. I never have liked it, and I never will. And every time she fucking says it, I lose it a little bit more. At least with elixirs, you don't have to use the calculator. Because not having to use the calculator saves a lot of time. But Transcendence, you just have to use the calculator or you're trolling. Elixir and Transcendence take too long? Yeah, that's a fact and a half. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even RNG aspects of these systems aside, it just takes too goddamn long interacting with them. I have, like, 10 legendary elixirs just chilling in my Soul Fist inventory, plus, like, a bunch of extra I can craft, because I've been running Voldus on my Soul Fist again. So whenever I do get around to, like, cutting them, if I ever do, that's just gonna take so fucking long. I'm hopeful that eventually the system will get changed and then I can cut them, but goddamn. Mainly return to play more Hell mode. Yeah, Hells are pretty good. If you're a big Hell mode enjoyer, excuse me, you'd probably really like the first. Not quite the same, but I think from all of my friends that really like Hell mode, they really have enjoyed the first. If you got Demon's Roar within 2 weeks, you got Vicus and Clown clear, maybe you want to play the game again, yeah? I've been meaning to get a Vicus and Vaulton clear. Just so I could get Demon Hunter, but eh. I don't really like the raids enough. I think Vicus is okay. But I think at this point, I don't even remember old Vicus. So I think it would be like mega trolling. I've done so much Clown in my life, I could fucking do that fight with my eyes closed. Only 152 hard mode clears? Yeah, I mean, that shit's ridiculous. I assume they mean like Gate 4 clears though, right? Not that that makes it like much better. But that's still like prohibitively low. Trolled your Deathless Vicus? Rip. It happens. Okay, bro, keep rolling. Keep fucking sliding. Real mature, buddy. Oh, I should fucking Destro. You haven't tried to get Deathless again since then? Yeah, that's the problem right there, getting 8 people. I think that's also like a big reason why I like Clown so much. And it was like the only Hell raid that I've played and given it a shit to play. That in addition to the fact that I just really like Clown. I think the only gate of Clown that I don't particularly like is 2. Because there's like actual bullshit pattern overlap that can happen. But even then, if you just use sound cues, you can like pretty much avoid everything. It's just very sweaty. Playing that shit on interview is awful. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, I played Gunslinger when I cleared my Clown. Which is weird that I picked Gunslinger. I don't know. Just a class that I felt comfortable with playing at the time for Hell. But if I played like any other class, shit would have been so much easier, I think. Especially now. Like Soul Eater. Soul Eater just does so much fucking damage. Even in scaled content. Think we're gonna get 5 elixirs next reset? I would be hopeful for 10 elixirs, 10 silver elixirs. I guess they might do 10 purple, 5 legendary. But shit, I'm hoping for 10, bro. Shoot for the moon. Go for the heights that you know we deserve. That's what I'm saying, man. We're worth 10 legendary elixirs. Even if we're probably not gonna get that. It's not gonna stop me from dreaming. Trial Hanamatan is coming out next maintenance, right? I'm not making that up. I wonder how that's gonna be. I'm gonna be forced to play Soul Fist on it. It's at the item level, right? Isn't it 1620 for hard, or is it 1630? It's been a while since my Soul Fist has done monkey, that's for sure. I think that was like the first time I hit like a fucking 1 bill bomb. Good shit. Time to break out the Broken Bone build. Normal 1620 hard mode 1630. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 1600 normal and 1620 hard, or 1630 hard, 1620 normal. Kind of weird that they would make it like that high, but I don't know. They have a way with their methods, surely. NM is 1600, I think. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember it all. What would make the most sense to me is 1600 normal, 1620 hard, but I also could very easily see them doing what Fareed said. Oh, the reward is only 33k gold? I mean, that's nice for like a one-time clear for sure. was kind of hoping for, like, you know, like a little Fate Ember action, you know? Give me like 100k Fate Ember one time for the one. But I'm smoking some good shit, apparently. No, I'm just dreaming too big. That's my problem. Oh, you get to do it once every 2 weeks? That I didn't realize. I thought it was just going to be like a one-time clear reward. Just to, like, incentivize people to actually do Trial Guardians, because they don't do them. As it is. Is it only going to be a temporary thing, then, or is it permanent? Because if it's a permanent, like, 30k gold every 2 weeks, that's pretty good. AGS article says the 1600 normal, 1630 hard mode. Okay. Wonder if you have his GT Destro solo Hell Hanu like KR? I mean, shit, why not? I would imagine a lot of classes could probably do it, because Hanumatan is a fucking fight that... If you can keep the buff, some classes go kind of dummy. Though I don't know the scaling on Hell Hanumatan, so I'm just talking straight out my asshole. All I'm saying is, though, I would not be surprised if a Reaper could solo it. Because Hanumatan makes Reaper feel fucking crazy. I love doing Hanu on my Reaper. I don't know how you keep the buff on front attackers. Yeah, that's the secret. You don't. There are patterns that require more than one player. Would solo even work? Leave it to people to try. I mean, according to Jake, there's somebody in Korea that soloed it, so... Yes, asterisk. Don't worry, you're a taunt bot. I mean, you could definitely keep stacks on a front attacker, but... You probably would just be better off face tanking, I think. It just wouldn't be worth the squeeze, the juice, not worth it. It is interesting that apparently it's every 2 weeks, though. That I didn't know. I really did think it was like one time only. I swear that's the way the video worded it, or made it seem like. And I'm somebody who didn't do Extreme Vaulting once. Because that was during the period of time where I was, like, just not interested in playing Lost Ark. And, like, whenever people would ask me to come do Extreme Vaulting, I would always be busy. So surely for Hanumatan I'll get some rewards. You still need to go back and try Hell Caligos? I wanted to do it once upon a time, I just didn't have people who wanted to do it with me. Is it? Most of your knowledge comes in what your guild talks about. I mean, I have no fucking idea. I adopt a very let shit come to our version, and that's how I figure it out. I don't, like, look into it before. But I recall from watching the video that Rox was talking about it, it seemed like it was, like, one-time clear rewards. But again, I could have just interpreted it wrong. Which, again, I very easily could have. Can I get yearning, my friend? Thank you. Let's talk about new star card and how fucking amazing it is. That shit fucking slaps. Wish you'd been able to try Extreme Vaulting. I kind of wish I had done it too, but just because I want the rewards. I don't think it was hard at all. If you weren't pugging it, of course. If you're pugging it, then yeah. Your mileage may vary. But I would have only done it with people. And that's why I didn't. Because I would have had to have pugged it. Really gonna do me like that? Sonnevel? Sonnevel? Targeting me is chill, but you're not. Because the star card changed, I don't know if you want your Gun Lancer or Arcana. Dude, I don't know. Arcana... I've always loved Arcana. I like Empress and Emperor. I like Emperor way more than I do Empress. And the star card change... It's just... Even though it is like a buff, it's just like a massive QOL. Not feeling like you have to cripple yourself every time you draw a fucking card is sick. You would have built Princess Maker for Vault and Extreme? Yeah. That's one of the 2 hell raids that spec is actually playable in. And then you'd be ready for Extreme Vicus if they ever did that, you know what I'm saying? Don't slide? Okay, bro. Brother, you slid out of all of my damage. Could you please not? I even said please. It was the same week you took your break so you didn't get to play it more than once, yeah. At least you did it once. Got some rewards. Feels good, man. You'd raise your Gun Lancer so you struggle less with weekly raids. You think Gun Lancer has an easier time? I mean, it's possible. But you see, I did 44% stagger, dude. Emperor is such good stagger. I love having a class that, like, does really good stagger that isn't a Gun Lancer. I guess Zerker does pretty good stagger too, but I don't know. Having to switch my rotation to stagger is kinda... I'm not into that. Generally, people will pick Gun Lancer over other classes most of the time. I mean... Maybe I'm just weird because I'm the opposite. If I have a choice between like a 1630 Gun Lancer and a 1630 like anything else, I'll probably take the other class if everything else is the same. I just feel like the utility Gun Lancer provides isn't worth the general lack of damage they provide. Not to say that they don't do damage, because if you're good, obviously they will. But I think it's a class that's actually, like, much harder to play effectively than people give credit for. Because obviously the stereotype is just her, I sit there, face, tank everything, me taunt. But it's like... It's like the same way with supports, if they just press all their buttons randomly. There's a big difference between the person who just sits there and does that, and then the person who, like, actually knows what they're doing. And I think the difference between them are vast. Gun Lancer in a bad spot, Blue Jail removed almost all utility to do... Yeah, that's what also another thing. Like, what utility does, like, Blue even provide? Don't you have to choose between taking Nalasia now? That's so stupid. The one reason why Gun Lancers were, like, universally, like, wanted, because they would always run Nella, and now it's, like, a decision you have to make. And obviously the synergy is good for back attackers, but... You swap Nella for Shield Shock now? Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. Because isn't the whole idea behind the class you trade damage for utility, but now you have to choose? I mean, I guess you could argue that you've always had the ability to choose. But I think the difference before between taking Nella and not taking Nella was so small that if you didn't take Nella, it was just kind of stupid. I think a lot of classes have kind of lost their original identity. In a literal sense. Because I think it's pretty clear that, like, classes like Gunslinger and, like, Gunlancer really need reworks. Blue doesn't exist anymore, basically. It's just red with +1 being blue. Love that shit. Imagine swapping off utility being bottom 4 DPS. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think that's good. I think it's totally chill to have a utility-focused class that does less damage than other classes. But the class needs to be designed with that in mind. There shouldn't be a build where you can run 0 utility to do, like, significantly more damage. Because if that exists, then people are going to want to do it. And then that kind of fucks the whole point of the class, doesn't it? Like, obviously you can say just don't take people that aren't being, like, utility or whatever, right? But I think relying on the player base to regulate that is a bad thing. I think it's a design issue, right? I think really just Gunlancer needs a rework, much like Gunslinger. I think those are two classes that both have kind of lost their identity entirely. And they don't really do enough. Gunlancer's just a meme at this point, yeah. I don't doubt it. I know you're an ex-Gunlancer lover, so I trust you. I don't know why you keep making entropy classes put you in a psych ward. I've said it. I don't think there's any entropy class that I would want to play other than Reaper. I don't think I could play any class other than Reaper. Here, or blue Gunlancer main, pray for them to give buffs every reworks every time you see the KR class balance changes. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can think of is, and it's the same with Gunslinger, the only reason why they never changed these classes is because they are trying to, like, get a rework done for them. That's my copium. Because if they're not planning on reworking these classes that they just neglect into the ground, then what the fuck are they actually doing? It was the same thing with Soulfist before Soulfist got reworked. The class basically just never got touched, aside from, like, minor percent increases or decreases. And then, obviously, it was like that because they were getting reworked. So maybe at, like, the next big Loa event, they will unveil some stuff. Who knows? Tried red, but you prefer just tank and swing, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a fair way to look at it, right? If you're gonna play red Gunlancer, you might as well just play a different class. At least before the changes to make red the only spec. Because the class was designed to be utility. So I always found it weird that people would pick a class designed for utility and then try to play it damage. It's the same way that people, at the very beginning of the game, you'd see so many DPS paladins as, like, not a troll, not a meme or anything. It's just, why do that? Like, yeah, you can, I guess. But why? Red Gunlancer just feels bad. Hate DPSing for 6 seconds and having, like, 10-second downtime. I mean, even that aside, I can't imagine it would be very fun to, I don't know, fucking cast Charge Stinger for, like, 3 seconds or whatever, and then have the boss turn, like, half an inch to the right, and then you not being able to front attack. Like, shit like that just, I don't... Just seems frustrating. It's just... It's so stupid. Like, the whole game is just against you at that point. Why bother? I mean, it's the same problem that Entropy has, too. But it's just really bad, especially on, like, Red Gunlancer. It used to be really bad on Destroyer, too. But it's significantly better now that they sped everything up. But it's like, speeding things up doesn't fix the problem. It just... It fixes some of the frustration. Which I think is better than not doing that, but... You know. Partially why you're still enjoying your break. I mean, I think breaks are important. I mean, shit, I took one for a good couple months. And then I came back and I actually enjoyed the game more than I have in a very long time. I put my money where the mouth is, you know? Practice what I preach. I always tell people, if you're not feeling it, take a fucking break. I wasn't feeling it, I took a break. Oh, fuck, I canceled Doomsday. Half your roster just feels like dog. Yeah, I mean, that's why I replaced my gunslinger. That was like the last character that I really did not like playing for raids. And I think the nice benefit is with every like big patch / event, you're able to swap out one extra character, right? So eventually you can have a roster of characters that are gold earners that you don't hate. I'm just lucky that I only had a couple characters that I really didn't fuck with. And I mean, Sork, I actually really like Sork again. They did a great job on fixing Sork. So if this character was still my gold earner, I would be happy with it at this point. Sometimes you taunt the boss, they're looking for half a second, then aggro to someone else. Yeah, I mean, I think taunt is more of a suggestion than anything. I'd probably like Sork even more if I swapped Rhyme to Hail, but I just haven't, because I only do dailies on it, and I don't think I need to cycle Boundless better in Sonaville. Maybe someday. I might hone this character more later. That's like a very far in the future thing. Like, the fact that that Doomsday just hit is fucking crazy to me. I fucking Frost called that guy, and he didn't even spacebar. That's so sad. I wasted my Frost call to break you out of jail, and homie, you didn't even roll. I'm disappointed. I need to not be here. So hype for Zerker 2% DPS increase. I mean, for me, it's pretty nice, because then that gives me like a clear-cut reason to rebuild mine, because I'm still using Mayhem 1. At Ram Ranch right now? Yeah, I hear there's 18 naked cowboys just waiting at Ram Ranch. I would know. I live there. Gonna go EP1. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go EP1 when I rebuild my Zerker. There's no reason to keep Cursed all negative, right? Like, there's no reason. An EP will just be better at full stacks, yeah? Sitting in front of a big painting. I mean, I gotta work on the naked cowboys, I guess. Either that or they're just hiding, they're shy. Those cowboys are for me only. You'll be sitting there till they appear. You might be sitting there for a while. You let me know if they come out, though. No way they're scared of a gunslinger? Well, actually, it might be because you're a gunslinger, right? You ever think of that? They're scared of your crit synergy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. Maybe if you put on like a cowboy skin. I'm just throwing ideas here, I don't know. You could be the naked cowboy, one of the 18. When you find a cowboy helmet? Yeah, I don't know if that's what they call it, a cowboy helmet. I mean, shit, Gunslinger's got a lot of fucking, like, Western hats. You got it, man. Gonna transform and hide somewhere in my stronghold while AFK. I'll go take a look once I finish my dailies. I only got my Reaper and Soul Eater left. And then I'll do a little Ram Ranch cleansing. %90 of my stronghold is just barren. Some days I think about wanting to, like, decorate it. But then I'm also like, do I really? And the answer usually ends up being no, because I never do. There are some cool strongholds. Yes, there are some very, very cool strongholds. I think strongholds are very cool in general. Like the ability, like the amount you can customize them. So I'm always excited to see like new stronghold additions and like patches and whatever. I just realized that that's like a level of just creativity and dedication that I don't possess. And it's like, yeah, I could, like, take inspiration and, like, pseudo-copy someone. But I'm like envious of the people who do that shit just off the fucking top of their dome. They're like, you know what, I want to make some cool shit. And they just rip it raw. No one cares about Stronghold? I mean, that's just not true. There's plenty of people who love Strongholds. And I think it's really good. Don't even ban arm tiers and bots? I mean, yeah, but like, what does that have to do with like Strongholds, right? I think Strongholds are like one of the greatest things for casual player base. It's like the Henny Ho vibe, you know? Bum, 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 bum. It's like the house system in Maple. I mean, I think the housing system in MapleStory is like exceptionally bad. Because I mean, it was just, I mean, look at Farm Life. Farm Life never went anywhere for a reason. Even the fact that it was broken didn't get people to use it. But I equate having like different reasons for people to play the game is like never a bad thing, right? If somebody's primary focus is to like collect skins and like decorate their stronghold, like I think that's a good thing. And it's not like the people developing stronghold stuff are the same people who are like working on RM tiers and botters. So I don't know, it just seems weird to get like upset about it. I don't know, man. I think it's a good thing. And that's kind of why I compare it to like Henny Hoeing and Maple, because it's like the same vibe. There's so many people that like do bare minimum stuff on Maple and just Henny Ho all day. And that's good because you need a player base, you know? And everybody has to find their own reason to play stuff. That is to say, I do wish they would fucking fix the botting problem. I'm a fucking NA West resident, for God's sake. Lord fucking knows I wish the bots were gone. See people Henny Hoeing with 1k Legion at level 200. That's what I mean, though. They're enjoying the game their own way. And I'm honestly so happy for them. And, like, those people matter just as much as any other player in the game, right? They really do. Because a game is made up of many different archetypes of players. God, Sonneville on my Reaper is always exciting. Level 5 event gems. Very scuffed setup. Oh man, I fucking love Sonneville on this character. When you played Warframe, you honestly just played for skins and customizations? Dude, yeah, same. I literally only played for Mastery Rank, and then I only did trading for like a couple years. I just hoarded Platinum to buy skins. You can carry, you got me, make a lobby? I want to struggle, man. I really do. You think I'm joking, but I love the struggle. Trading system in Warframe is exceptional. I mean, that is a game that I spent way too much time trading in. I would literally wake up, log in, and just trade for, like, the whole time I was on. I'd probably get carried. You got KLC 12? Brother, I don't think you're getting carried by Swoopius as much as I would like to make that a reality. I can definitely contribute. I'll do my 25% damage. But if you want more than that, I don't know if I can help you. Lost Ark is the only MMO you've invested so much time in. It's definitely an MMO that I have invested a good amount of time in. Oh shit, we got a support. That's insane. This is gonna be the easiest run Swoopius has ever been in. I mean, WoW is still probably the MMO that I've put the most time into, like, without a doubt. But I have put a lot of time into this game. But, I mean, WoW is just because I played it when I was, like, 9. And I played it on and off throughout my whole life. I didn't think I was, like, super into MMOs anymore until Lost Ark came out. Like, I mean, I've always enjoyed them because I like the progression. But Lost Ark has shown me that I still do actually like MMOs. Have I thought who I would express pass next time there is one? Honestly, no. I would probably express pass one of my characters I already have made, if I'm being honest. Just to get another 1580 to do more Sonovels on, because I love Sonovel, and I can't get enough of them. See what I mean, though? This is exactly the reason why Reaper is, like, the only entropy class I think I could actually play as, like, a raid character. It just feels so good. It's so mobile. And it's like, even if the boss decides to be a fucking dreidel, you can still hit it, for the most part. Damn, I was really hoping the cooldown would come up for counter. Sonovel's best Guardian raid, Frog and Vest so bad. Dude, I don't even know what the bad is like. I haven't looked up a video. I haven't done it, obviously, because I can't. Frog is... I think Frog is okay. I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. I don't know if I'm going to be getting my 33% damage here. I think Swoopies is getting carried. I'm going to be real. It's okay, I'm getting counters, so clearly I'm useful. Fuck, I hate double-clicking distortion. I do it so much. That's just a brain gap. Might express past another gunslinger just gonna share gems. Frog is fun, forcing the dopamine to get the outro in. Bro, I don't know. The frog is just fucking... He dies. should pop Atros, you don't for Frog? I don't either. I just dart grenade and call it good. Honestly, though, Express Pass, I don't know. Like, I still think I would Express Pass one of the characters that I have already made. Maybe the Aeromancer? Or my War Dancer. Or Destro. Honestly, I don't know. One of those three characters, probably? I would do the Striker, but the problem with the Striker is I built it Deathblow before the changes were a thing. And now I think Esso looks so much better, but I don't want to rebuild it. So I'm just going to pretend like the Striker doesn't exist anymore. Swoopiest to Stagger Goat? I mean, that's fucking Hunger Reaper for you. They actually do pretty good Stagger. Consistent Stagger, not Burst, but hey, is what it is. How's Theomine? I mean, it's chill. I get it cleared in like, I don't know, 30 minutes every week. 40 minutes if we're getting some trollers. I still have only done it like 4 or 5 times total since I only have one run every week. But I'm feeling comfortable. I still have shit I need to memorize. I'll try to do raids next week on stream. I typically just don't, though, because I usually get my raids in whenever I have, like, a little bit of downtime and I'm not busy. So I'll, like, hop on, do, like, a raid or two, and then hop off. And I feel like starting stream just for that would be kind of, like, a waste of people's time. So I try to only stream if I can sit down and do for, like, 2 or 3 hours. Which is usually why I just do dailies, because it takes about 2-3 hours. Plus, it's like a good time to interact with people. And I think that's like the appeal of it. Make a video just talking about things like Curling and Theomine. Yeah, I need to make a Theomine video. I still haven't recorded one. Oh god, fucking Amoria. I'm not listening to that. Listen to some Happyville, fuck it. I have a Soul Eater video doing Kyangle that I just fucking yap. I need to make one for Theomine. I need to record more raids on my Soul Eater too. Aside from just fucking Kyangle. Is this White Christmas? No, it's called Happyville. From good old Maple Story. This shit's the OG. Only the OGs will know this shit. It is a very Christmas-themed area, though. Is it worth spending gold on Mario Kart? I don't know. I was thinking. You really made me use my brain, and I'm not used to using my brain. I don't know. I would say probably yes, if that's your focus, right? I can't imagine it's any different than it used to be when I was doing it. If card completion is like your priority, I imagine it would be perfectly worth it to spend gold on packs, right? You just have to, like, prioritize what's important to you at the moment. It's White Christmas, gets Maple Story remixed it. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know White Christmas off the top of my head, but I don't think this is it. It might sound similar. But I have no fucking idea. I just know this shit's a banger. When this shit dropped in, like, 2005 or whatever, my mind was blown. Played my Soul Fist yet? Yeah, it was the first character I played. So if you want to go see the Soul Fist, I mean, go watch the VOD. I mean, I guess you'd have to go watch the other part. Because after I finished my Soul Fist, my computer decided it was time to Windows Update. And I don't have anything else to do on the game. Like, all my raids are completed and shit, so once I'm done with dailies, I think I'm, like, done. When you were one card away from LOS 30, you bought one of the 7 packs. You got the card you needed, yeah. Your LOS 30 desperate, like, 8 cards away. I mean, like I said, if it's, like, your goal... Fucking Henny Hunting Ground. Okay, dude. If cards are your goal... It's like one of the only ways to like target farm cards aside from running card runs and shit. But I didn't want to be bothered doing that, so I just bought card packs with gold. Because you just have to look at average pull data, right? And you have to make a decision whether it's like worth it to you or not. And for me, it was worth it. It's no different than, like, working towards, like, a set of level 10 gems or whatever, right? There's RNG involved for sure, but averages are averages, you know? Over enough card packs, you will eventually hit the average. And let me tell you, once you get LOS 30, it's so nice not ever having to give a shit about cards ever again. Which is why I focused on it when as hard as I did when I did. Because now I just have a bunch of selectors that I'm just like... I'm literally just sitting here with these selectors, just like wondering if I should fuck around and get KLC 30. Like, it doesn't matter, but I can, so maybe why not? You know? It's nice not having to give a shit. Until some stupid raid where KLC is required. Well, luckily, I'll be ready. You bought the 3+1 card packs for a long time. I don't think that's a bad deal either if you're somebody who wants to spend money on the game. I think as far as things you can buy in the game go, that's like one of the better deals. Last month you made your friend run 8 Argos every week. Dude, I would fucking blow my brains out.
Captain.
Like, I've done a couple card runs in my days, but I never did them consistently. I don't know. It's just not how I have fun playing. Argos only a couple minutes now. Not that bad. Yeah, I can't imagine it's that bad, but... Just thinking about the optics of, like, how many characters you could do Argos on every week now. Just, like, the amount of card runs you could theoretically do is just, I don't know. I mean, doing some is better than none, but fuck. Argos was fun on release. I mean, I didn't hate it. I think it was a neat boss. I also like the low stakes like aspect of it being an abyss raid and you could like revive. I kind of wonder if they're ever going to make more raids like that where you can just revive. Any Sonavels? Any Sonavel? Because, I mean, honestly, maybe this is a controversial opinion, but I don't really understand why normal mode of raids can't have, like, a couple revives like Argos used to. I don't know. Just seems weird. Normal mode should be, like, relatively stress-free to clear. For, like, the absolute, like, most average of average players. Used to MVP on Slinger with Spirit Absorption? Good lord. What fucking ghetto shit were you running? Yo, we got the triple Soul Eater of Legend. This fucking tree is gonna die instantly. They do shit like Gate 2 Kaingal last mech, it would be great instead of wiping. Boss gains HP if you fail mech. I think that is a good way to do things in general, yeah. Would support more Abyss raids being made. They're chill. That's what I'm saying. I think Abyss raids are like... I think they're... Just like the concept of being able to revive, I think, is good. Because it makes things less stressful for people. And like I said, I think if there's like a normal / hard mode, like you can keep the revives only in normal or whatever. But I think normal modes of stuff should be like relatively easy to clear. Maybe that's like a weird opinion. Got the fucking Soul Eater gangbang. I would not want to be this tree. Oh, I didn't realize it would proc fucking edgelord mode. My DPS I'm not min-maxing. Eight-man Abyss dungeon on release was a lot of fun. The water dungeon. It made me want to fucking blow my brains out sometimes is what I'll say. I think it was a lot of fun, though. Just there were so many people who, when you got to the fucking, like, what was it? Was it a fucking, like, Hydra or Turtle or something? That fucking boss with the orbs? It's just, people would not want to understand the words people were saying. And you needed people to do it correctly, or you could not clear it. You physically couldn't. That was frustrating. It wasn't serious and you like I definitely agree. I think the game should have this is what I kind of mean. Like I think normal mode raids should just be less serious in general. I think especially with Theamine, normal mode way too fucking hard. And I think a way to reduce the amount of stress factor and ease of clearing would be to have, like, revives for normal mode, akin to, like, Abyss Raid. I think that would be good. Pugging Water Dungeon was a nightmare. People had no clue what mechs were. I mean, depending on the players you're playing with, sometimes it feels like they still don't. But I do think the obviously general player skill base has gone up significantly. People still have no clue what mechs are. Only change I would say is make the revives per person, not shared, it would get toxic fast. I'm not opposed to that, but I do think it might be too many revives at that point. Unless, I don't know. Even like one extra revive per person would be so like broken. I don't, would it? It's normal mode. I don't know. Because I think my basis for like a normal mode is me thinking about like World of Warcraft. Like normal mode in that game, you just walk in and kill the boss and you get free loot. Like there's no, aside from like very specific encounters, there's like no challenge whatsoever. And obviously LFR is even more brain dead than that. And even heroic, you're probably not going to have a problem clearing. But I think our normal mode raids are still like way more difficult than like heroic level raids from WoW. And I just don't think that should be the case for like a normal mode. Thinking normal mode FF14. I've never played. I just think normal mode stuff should be content that like everyone can clear. Literally everyone. And I think hard mode is where you should start, like, making things genuinely difficult. I do think, though, that normal mode and hard mode should share mechanics. I think they should have all the same major mechanics. You can obviously make modifications to said major mechanics for hard mode. But I think if somebody learns normal mode, they should be able to go into hard mode with, like, a good enough understanding. And, like, Voldus was the exact same on normal as it is hard, and I think that was perfect. Really enjoy your videos, keep it up. Hey, Chilteka, you are an old school viewer. Recognize that name anywhere. Glad you enjoy the stuff, and thanks for stopping by. With LA, clearing one gate technically gives you massive regression. Never need to do it full clear. Well, see, that was true up until Theamine, right? Like, if you don't clear Gate 2, Gate 3 hard mode, you will never be able to finish Transcendence. That's a problem. It is a problem. Like, that's a massive problem. I made the comparison in one of the videos that I was talking about this in, where it's like, what if you had to clear Gate 3, like, hard mode Akan, to craft your full Akan gear set? It's the same thing. I think that's ridiculous, honestly. I genuinely think that's, like, so fucking stupid. You should not require hard mode to finish a system. That's just bad. You isolate casual players. I think the punishment for doing normal mode is enough in itself already, whereas it takes significantly longer, right? I don't think you should also require locking it behind hard mode. You only ever cleared Brel once? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, imagine, like, locking crafting the full Brel set behind, like, clearing Gate 6 Brel. It's the same thing. I just think that's, like, bad. There's no reason to do that. The only thing it serves to do is isolate the player base even more. And I don't think that's what this game needs to be doing. Special Legion raids were a decent idea. You mean, like, Clown Rehearsal, fucking, the whatever the fuck they called the Brel one, Deja Vu, and Pandemic for a con, or whatever? Those are like the LFR difficulty type shit, yeah. I think those are fine to have in the game, but yeah, there's, like you said, there's no reason to do them, like, at all. They have good ideas sometimes, but they just don't expand upon them or make the ideas, like, fully fleshed out and, like, valuable to people. They get close, and then they just don't quite make it. And it's like if they just kept, like, iterating on the idea, they would get there eventually, I think. But they just stop doing anything with that idea at all. Never touch one of those raids in your life? I mean, I think for a vast majority of players, there's no reason to. And the demographic that could benefit from them, again, there's also kind of no reason for them to. That's what I mean. Like, I think it just, they're close to having, like, a good idea, and they just need to iterate on it a bit more. Those raids give gold and mats, you'd probably... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they just made them give, like, some mats or gold, I think that would have made them infinitely more useful to the people who it would have helped. You know what I mean? What do I think about demonic impulse state? I mean... It's better than it was. I do kind of wish that they would make it more in line with other DPS. Doesn't need to be the top, but I think its ceiling deserves to be a little higher, if nothing else. How they're gonna do that, I mean, it's up to them. I don't know. Whether it be adding tripods or, like, more gems or whatever, I don't know. I think it should be,
You're back. I was waiting for you. There are matters that need your approval.
It should be higher than it is now, like the ceiling. I have nothing else to do, right? Literally nothing. Yeah, I've got nothing to do. So I think that's where I'll call it for today, my friends. Like I said, I'm going to try to start streaming again more consistently, for real this time. And I will try to stream raids on reset. Not on reset, but, like, after reset. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you all. Is this the gaming of all time with one of the guys of all time? Yeah, it was. Bro, this last 2 hours has been some life-changing shit. I highly recommend you watch it all and study it. Honestly, write it down and maybe like inscribe it into a book so you can pass it down, because there's some crazy shit that's happened. No, but for real, I'll be back tomorrow, and if I'm not here tomorrow, then you can officially call me a liar. It was nice to chat. Have a good one. I will be here tomorrow if you are here tomorrow. But it's always good to talk to you, Jake. Love you, man. Hope to run some shit with you again sometime. The one time I thought I could run some stuff with you, it wasn't even you, and I was sad. Hopefully your puppy has been doing good, too. Take care, man. Keep up the nice vids. Thanks, Chilteca. I will keep grinding. See you guys all later. Mwah.